One of the hardest things about self-discipline and routines is keeping it to a degree when we go out of town, when we go on vacation, when we switch it up, when we're not at home. When we're at home, things are relatively easy. Once we get in a routine, we get in that routine and we crush it. But when we get out of town, that's when we can get in trouble. That's when we can fall off our routine or lose our discipline or just be like, I'm going to take a break, I'll get back into it. And then it's really hard to get back into it. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about how to sustain your momentum even when you're not at home, when you go out of town, when you're just hanging out. So the other day I was out of town for like 5 days, and I was able to kind of keep my momentum, stick to my workouts basically, my walks, my steps, all that. However, I did have to change it up, and I did lose a little bit of my momentum. So instead of I've been averaging 40,000 steps a day, I was averaging 28,000. So not a big drop, but it was a drop. So the first thing to keep in mind when you're going out of town is that your routine is going to inevitably change a little bit. You're going to have to change it up to accommodate to wherever you're going or whoever you're with. So the biggest example I can give you is when I go out of town, when I'm not at home, I do not bring this vest. This vest is bulky. This vest would take up way too much space to bring, and it's just not worth it to bring it anywhere. So when I'm not at home working out or not around my hometown, walking around, I don't bring the vest. So that's a bit of a loss, I suppose, but the fact of the matter is I'm still taking steps. So first thing to keep in mind, you're going to have to change your routine a little bit, but you shouldn't drop it all together. I feel that's the easy thing to do, is just to say, I'll put it on pause, I'll get back to it. We cannot do that. That's going to slow us down and bring our progress to a halt. So don't do that first off. Just be aware you're going to have to make little changes, right? You're going to have to switch it up a little bit depending on who you're with or where you are or what you're doing. Maybe if you're used to, getting 40,000 steps, when you go around, family or friends, you realize that, hey, I can't spend as much time doing cardio myself because I'm with people and I'm doing things. So I'm going to have to tone it back a little bit, and that is completely fine. The second thing, though, to keep in mind, to make sure we can hold on to our routines even when we're out of town, is by not forgetting our mission, not forgetting our goals, not allowing, the fact that we're out of town or the change of scenery, the change of pace to completely stop us from making progress. Now, a lot of times we're going to be around people who don't get it, who might not even allow us to have the time we need to, do our thing, whether it's working out, writing, whatever it is. A routine is a routine. No matter what it is, you're going to have to switch it up when you go out of town. But no matter what it is, we can't let that change affect us or stop us from doing it. So do not forget the goal, do not forget the mission, and do not forget why you're doing what you're doing. It's very easy to allow ourselves to be like, I'm on vacation, I deserve a break. Of course, rest days are important, but I'm not going to get into that. But it's very easy to go there, but please don't do it, because it's going to bring you all sorts of problems in the future when you're trying to get back on track. But guys, let me know, what do you typically do when you are out of town? How do you keep your routine? How do you sustain your willpower? Let us know down below in the comments so we can talk about it. Alright guys, until the next video though, keep going hard, keep doing your thing.